Okay, so we've all heard the phrase, right, the Taylor Swift effect.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing.
Oh, it's definitely a thing.
But today we're actually, like, breaking down a prime example
Yeah.
from a recent TMZ article we found.
Yeah, yeah.
And really trying to unpack just how powerful it can be,
Yeah.
you know?
It's really fascinating. It's like a case study, in celebrity endorsement.
Totally.
And how, the right combination, the right like ingredients can
Yeah.
just lead to like basically overnight success for some of these companies. It's wild.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's, like, set the scene for everyone, right?
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift is at an NFL game. She's cheering on Travis Kelce.
Right.
And naturally, I mean,
All eyes are on her.
all eyes are on her.
Of course.
It's Taylor Swift.
Right.
But it's not, like her outfit or even like who she's with that steals the show.
Yeah, yeah.
It's her makeup.
Interesting.
Specifically these like sparkly glitter patches she's wearing.
Oh.
And it turns out they're from this like relatively unknown brand
Oh, really?
called Pheasant Beauty.
Pheasant Beauty. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
And this is where it gets really interesting. So
Okay.
co-founder of Pheasant Beauty, her name is Elliot Buttleman.
Mm-hmm.
She actually like made a very deliberate effort to get their product like seen by Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Like they sent out PR packages
Smart.
hoping to catch her attention.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
And the article mentions like it's actually unclear whether Taylor like actually received that package
Oh, interesting.
or if she, discovered them through other avenues
Right, right.
like those viral TikToks or even
Yeah.
like other Kansas City Chiefs wives and girlfriends.
It could be any of those.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
But it really highlights like how influential even just those less direct
Networks?
networks, yeah, can be, right?
For sure. For sure. And, it also speaks to the importance of like building a brand presence across multiple platforms, right?
Definitely, yeah.
You can't just be in one place.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be everywhere.
Cast a wide net.
Exactly. But I mean, what's undeniable is the impact, right?
Yes.
Like Taylor Swift wearing those patches.
Oh, yeah.
The TMZ article, they reported like a 2,500% increase in sales. And it was like overnight.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
2,500%. That's astronomical.
It's huge.
And we're talking about a small business here, right?
Right.
Like suddenly catapulted into this huge spotlight.
Yeah.
The article even mentioned like a TikTok video of the co-founder like wiping away tears of joy. Yeah.
I love that.
It's hard not to like be happy for them. you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
That kind of exposure is practically like every entrepreneur's dream.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like it really is like a remarkable story.
It is.
And what I find like particularly savvy about it
Okay, what's that?
is that like Fawcett Beauty, they recognize like the power of Taylor Swift, not just as a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
But as like a trendsetter.
Oh, totally.
They tapped into like this current Eras tour aesthetic,
Yes.
which is all like,
Glitter and sparkle.
glitter, sparkle, like
Yeah.
maximalism, like
Totally.
making the product like such a natural fit,
Yes.
for her personal style. It's just like perfect, you know?
Yeah, it really was like the perfect match, right?
Yeah.
Product and persona like aligning so seamlessly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But let's kind of dig a little deeper
Okay.
into the why.
Yeah.
What were like the key factors, from a marketing perspective
Right.
that made this campaign so incredibly successful?
Well, that's the $1 million question, right?
Yeah.
And the answer is it's many things, right? It's multifaceted, but I think one key aspect is just like the perceived authenticity, right, of the endorsement. So Taylor Swift, right, she has like a very, very specific public image
Right.
when it comes to like, fashion and beauty.
Right.
It's genuine, it's playful.
Yeah.
It's rarely dictated by like big brands,
Well, Yeah.
It's not just a celebrity like slapping their name on a product,
Right.
For a paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels very her.
It feels like something Taylor Swift genuinely enjoys and would wear, right?
Yeah. Right.
Regardless
Totally. Yeah.
of any sponsorship deal.
Yeah. And that resonates, I feel like, so much more
Oh, for sure.
with fans than
100%.
just a
Like
random ad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like inherent trust there.
Right.
That's very hard to replicate
Yeah.
with like traditional advertising.
Totally. Okay, so authenticity is a big one.
Authenticity is huge, but
Yeah.
also like, add to that the visual impact, right,
Yes.
of those glitter patches.
Yeah.
Right, like in a setting like a televised NFL game with like cameras constantly flashing.
Right.
It creates like an undeniable visual hook.
Yeah, it's almost like a mini spectacle,
Totally.
right? You can't help but notice it.
Right.
And that naturally just sparks curiosity.
100%. Yeah, and curiosity then turns into like a desire to emulate,
Totally.
especially among like a devoted fan base, like
Sure.
Taylor Swift fans.
Swifties.
The Swifties, exactly. Like they
They want to be on the trend.
they want to be in on it. They don't want to miss out.
Right, that FOMO.
FOMO is huge, right?
Yeah.
The fear of missing out is like a huge motivator
Totally.
in consumer behavior, and they want to feel connected, right,
Right.
to their idol, and that that translates into sales.
Yeah, totally. And it's also worth noting, I think, like, there's an underdog effect at play here a little bit, right?
100%.
Like, there's something, I think, inherently appealing
Yeah.
about seeing a small business
Totally.
like Fazit Beauty getting this kind of boost
Yeah.
from someone as influential as Taylor Swift.
Oh, absolutely. And it really speaks to that, like, emotional marketing, right?
Yes.
That goes like beyond the product itself.
Right.
It's consumers are drawn to like narratives,
Yeah.
stories,
Yeah.
especially of like authenticity and success.
Yeah.
And particularly when it involves like, rooting for the little guy.
Totally. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, right? Like, has anyone else ever felt that kind of pull themselves?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not with like glitter makeup patches,
Right.
but that thought, like, well, if they love it, maybe I should check it out too.
It's so relatable.
Yeah.
Right.
Like whether it's a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about, or even just like a friend's recommendation.
Right. Right.
Or like even just like a really well-placed social media post.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we are constantly bombarded
Totally.
with these like subtle cues
Yes.
that are influencing our decisions
Totally.
as consumers.
That's like this hidden language
Yeah.
almost of influence that we all kind of like subconsciously understand, but
Exactly. Yeah. And what's so fascinating is that, like by kind of dissecting these tactics, right, and understanding like the mechanisms at play,
mm-hmm.
it can actually make us like more conscious
Okay.
and more empowered
Sure.
consumers.
Okay. So it's like we're kind of like gaining a superpower,
Yes.
like the ability to kind of see through the noise
yes.
and make these decisions based on like genuine interest
100%.
rather than just like clever marketing. Exactly. It's about, taking a step back and asking yourself, like, am I drawn to this
Mm.
because like it genuinely appeals to me, or am I just like reacting to the hype?
I like that. That's a good question to ask yourself for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up this deep dive, I'm kind of left with this one like final question.
Okay. Yeah.
Could any small business out there replicate this success, right? Like the success that Fazit Beauty had
Right.
with the right campaign, with the right celebrity, or
Right.
are there just these like truly unique elements about Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
about her fan base, their loyalty, that make this like so hard to replicate?
Right.
It's something to think about.
It really is. Yeah. It's a good question.
So food for thought as we conclude our deep dive for today.